Denver versus Mariota. The Tannehill roller coaster has got to be coming down soon, and Josh Allen might be able to accelerate that process. I say, give me a Monty special.
Adam and Eve on a raft, a cup of muck, and an upset special.
I'm going to take the Jaguars in the upset, as is James. Andy likes the Titans.
Yeah, I like the Titans. I think Tannehill will prevail.
Stop it.
Still some love there.
Stop it. Everything after that sentence is just null and void now.
Titans are kind of a weird feel-good story. I think the Tannehill thing, I think it's real. I think it's not as though he hasn't put together 10 good games before. Like he'll be due for a bad game. This could be it. But like even if Tannehill plays poorly, like I just trust Tennessee's roster, I think, more than Jacksonville's at this point.
Well, I certainly trust the chemistry, I guess, that the Tennessee Titans have with Tannehill more than what Folk has not developed yet with the Jaguars.
Yeah, the Foles stuff is weird. I mean, Foles is a lot, in my opinion, Foles is better than he played, certainly. But the Foles stuff is weird. I mean, he needs to figure it out quite quickly because I think if they put Minshew back in, I think Minshew might look competent, to be honest. Like, Minshew, remember, they pulled Minshew because they're paying Foles all this money, and Minshew had 2 bad games. Like, let's not act like Foles isn't capable of stringing together 2 or even 3 very, very bad games. So
Minshew had more than 2 bad games.
Minshew had 2. He really had the 2 bad games, which got him benched in succession.
I would say about 3 or 4 because even though they won those games, he didn't play well.
Which games are you talking about? The rain game or anyway? We don't have to relitigate Minshew season. I could be wrong about this. But
yeah, let's go to the Cowboys.
I said when he was benched, I don't necessarily over for Minshew, even in Jacksonville. Like I think Foles is capable of playing bad enough where it's like, what are we doing? That's just my opinion.
And the game of the week.
Well, before we get there, the Jaguars injury report, only Seth DeValve did not participate in practice. Calais Campbell, DJ Chark, Christian Connolly, Derek Hayden, Brandon Linder were limited. For the Tennessee Titans, only Christopher Milton did not participate in practice. Delaney Walker was limited in practice. So don't need to worry too much about injury there.
Delaney's a lost soul. His NFL career is over.
The Dallas Cowboys are 6-4. The New England Patriots are 9-1. The Cowboys 9th in the power rankings. The Patriots are second because of recency bias. Everyone's on the Baltimore bandwagon. Patriots are favored by 6.5 in this game. With a win over the Cowboys, the Patriots would surpass San Francisco for the most consecutive seasons with at least 10 wins in NFL history. San Francisco currently 16 seasons straight. This just in, the Patriots have 5 other games to also get that victory, even if they don't get it this Sunday. So that's happening.
They'll get it.
Yep.
Yeah, they will.
That record is definitely happening. Sunday's battle will also feature the NFL's top offense in Dallas versus the league's top defense in New England. Cowboys are averaging an NFL-leading 444.6 yards per game, while New England is holding the NFL to a league-low 249.9 yards per contest. However, if you start looking at DVOA and the number 1 DVOA-ranked offense versus the DVOA-ranked defense, during the regular season, the offense beat the defense since 1986, 12-4. In the postseason, it was split 2-2. But when you take a top 5 DVOA offense versus a top 5 DVOA defense since 1986, and include the playoffs, it's 44 for the offense, 45 for the defense. In other words, it's a toss-up. By the way, in Super Bowls, the top D almost always prevails against the top offense, going 6-1 so far when those teams meet to determine the champion. This isn't a Super Bowl, but it is the Patriots in Foxborough. We're all taking the New England Patriots, right, Kevin?
We are. Oh, I'm certainly taking them. Let's be real. let's be real. The Cowboys are not a good squad. Pains me to say. They don't beat good teams. They lost to the Jets, which is really going to come back and bite us in the butt. I just know it. The Cowboys, literally every game this year, they've gone off to a slow start. And in Foxborough, you don't want to be down 10-0, which we most certainly will be.
Yeah, that's not going to happen, though. Cowboys will come to play those games.
No, they won't.
I really think okay.
But, like, we need, honestly, Zeke to have a better game than he's had the last 2 weeks. I know Dak's been on fire, but we simply need to have more balance to beat the Patriots' number one defense. And although they are number one in total defense, I'm pretty sure they're only 12th in rushing DVOA. So the Cowboys have a chance there, and I would like to see them play Pollard and Zeke at the same time in the backfield, which could give the Patriots some problems. But they probably won't do that because Garrett stinks. And, like, the defense is just not good for the Cowboys. Secondary is not good. Linebackers aren't playing as well as they did last year. Robert Quinn has been a huge surprise, and must admit that. Did not expect him to have 8.5 sacks this far. DeMarcus Lawrence, not really rushing the passer that well. He does have a success rate of pass rush in the top 5, but it's not resulting in any sacks or any game-changing plays, which is a theme for the Cowboys. We don't force turnovers. And that's going to be a problem this week. I expect Tom Brady to absolutely slice us in the short game. Edelman's probably have 9-10 catches. James White's going to have a huge game. And I will be super, super surprised if we win, but we won't. So that's my rant.
49 degrees and rain is the weather. So it's going to be a sloppy one, although it's not that sloppy because the Patriots don't have real grass anymore. Lyle Collins and Joe Thomas were your two Cowboys who did not participate in practice.
Yeah,
Zachary Martin,
fricked.
Zachary Martin, Connor Williams, and
play.
Antoine Woods were the limited participants in practice.
Yeah, I expect Lyle to play, honestly. He's been banged up the whole year. All the limited participants will play. But, yeah, the Cowboys, they just need a – last week they tackled horrendously. Hopefully we can do better at that. Otherwise we'll really have no chance to win. And I just don't see Dak having the greatest of games, to be honest with you, even though he's an MVP candidate, which you failed to mention, leading the league in passing yards per game. But Stephon Gilmore's probably, let's be real, going to hold Amari Cooper like 4 catches for 50 yards. Don't have that much faith in Gallup this week, even though he's a very good player. So we need a lot from Cobb and Jarwin, and the Cowboys never get Jarwin involved for some mysterious reason, even though he's a huge big play threat.
It's not a mysterious reason. It's that guy who used to do Monday Night Football. That's the reason.
Yeah, but you can have 2 tight end sets and to throw it down the field. Jarwin is a machine. Every time he touches the ball, it's for a first down. So I just don't understand. But there's a lot of things I don't understand about the Cowboys. And who knows? Hopefully Nick Folk misses some field goals for you guys, former Cowboy.
Well, I will tell you, to give you some signs of hope, where I am concerned is both Philip Dorsett and Mohamed Sanu did not participate in practice. Sanu, a little bit of a surprise. He rolled his ankle during the game on a punt return, but played through it. And I heard a report that he might have a high ankle sprain, which would really, really suck because the Patriots don't have very many wide receivers. And I don't think they can hit a well. There's no more wide receiver well for them to go hit at this particular point.
I mean, there is, but they're not going to bring them back.
No. Limited participants in practice is my favorite linebacker, Juwan Bentley. Patrick Chung, who did not play last week versus the Eagles. Nate Ebner, who also did not play last week versus the Eagles. Damian Harris, the rookie running back, whom I don't know what the heck's going on with him, but he's non-existent. John Simon, part of the boogeymen on the defensive line, was limited. And Julian Edelman, also limited in practice. I think Edelman's been on the injury report, James. You can correct me. You're the injury guy. Has Edelman been on the injury report all season?
At least the last several games. I can't remember what the initial injury was that landed him there, but he's not 100%. Oh, it was the chest injury he caught. I can't remember what game it was. Whatever game where he got his chest cracked, that everyone was like, oh yeah, he's not coming back in the game. He's been hurt since then. So that injury, the ribs, that's what it is. The ribs, they're not 100%. I don't think they will be.
Yeah. So he is. He'll play. He's a tough guy. He'll be in there. It's Dorsett and Sanu though. Without those two guys, you're looking at a wide receiving. You're looking at a wide receiving core of Julian Edelman, Jacoby Myers, and is there somebody I'm missing?
N'Keal Henry.
Oh yes, N'Keal Henry. Thank you.
Or Harry.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's Harry.
And N'Keal was supposed to play. N'Keal Harry. Yeah, he was supposed to play last week, and I didn't see him line up except for like maybe one offensive snap.
No, he caught one ball. He played very limited last week.
Yeah, so I mean, he's still not acclimated to the offense yet.
Yeah. It's if there is any sign of concern, that's where my concern is. The offense hasn't been clicking, and now two of the top wide receivers in that offense aren't going to be there. That is a problem. Ultimately, though, the boogeyman will get the job done. Sunday night football.
Sunday night.
And we have a big game that got flexed here. The Green Bay Packers 8-2, the San Francisco 49ers 9-1. The Niners are 5th. The Packers are 6th in the power rankings. The Niners are favored by 3 points in this particular game. I know, James, you and I went back and forth on the recap show about Garoppolo, but I just wanted to let you know that he passed for a career high 424 yards and 4 touchdowns last week for a 115.4 rating, and that was with 2 interceptions. He's one of 5 quarterbacks with 2 games of 4+ touchdown passes this season. He has 2+ touchdown passes and a 100+ rating in 3 of his past 4 starts at home. And just to add my confidence in my boyfriend 49ers, Tevin Coleman has 5 touchdowns in 4 home games this year, aims for his 5th in a row at home with 60+ scrimmage yards. The San Francisco defense is going to get it done, but you disagree.
Yeah, so back up to your boyfriend there, of your boyfriend. How many interceptions has he thrown this season? First question. And second question, how many games this season has he actually thrown 0 interceptions?
All right.
Take your time to look that up, because
I'll go look it up.
The number for the first one is double digits, and the number for the second one is probably 1, maybe 2.
He hasn't thrown double-digit interceptions this season, has he? Oh, yes, he has. It's 10.
Definitely. Probably thrown 13.
According to, that's from Wikipedia. I'm going to Pro Football Reference.
Why are you on Wikipedia?
Oh, no, that was that was the preview screen that showed up on the Google search. No, he's only thrown 10 interceptions so far this year.
So again, look, Garoppolo may very well be a solid, competent quarterback, but he is not this, great piece that the Niners have been missing to, carry this team on his back. He had a good game last week against Arizona, but he almost threw that game away. Like I said on our back and forth after our game, there was a point in the game where the Niners had the ball, 4 minutes left, going for the game-winning score, and he threw a soul-crushing interception in a window he had no business throwing in. When you got the 4-minute offense on the field to kill the clock so you can get the final score, you can't be throwing interceptions there. The only thing that saved them was the defense making the Cardinals go 3 and out so they can get the ball back and score at the end. And if it wasn't for that defense, I don't know where this Niners team would be right now, because they definitely wouldn't only have 1 loss. They probably have about 4 or 5.
Well, that's the beauty of building a team. You got to build a team around your strengths.
And the strength of this team, as we said, is the defense and the running game. And Garoppolo is a complementary piece. Yes, he's going to have games like this every now and then, but the norm of this team is 200+ yards rushing, a smothering defense, and Garoppolo not turning the ball over a lot, because he does turn the ball over at least every single game via fumble.
No, there are 2 games he did not. So there you go.
Okay. Well, in those 2 games, did he fumble?
Let's see.
Yeah. Did he fumble in either of those 2 games? I mean, like 0 turnovers.
One game he had 0 turnovers.
Okay, in the other game,